Hey, what's up everyone? This is B-Diz the Rockstar, part of Super Obvious. In this video, we're going to be talking about Constable Baron Corbin. He is the general manager of Raw. Super interesting. Did not see that coming, so we're going to talk about that. I'm going to go over some of Raw, not all of it, but the parts that I think are important. Roman Reigns comes out. He gets booed a lot, just like he always does. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that he's getting booed as much as he is, because even though we don't like Roman Reigns, he did what we wanted him to do. He won the title from Brock Lesnar. He comes out and he talks about being a defending champion. Eventually, we have a promo with Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman, and they're talking about, Braun Strowman cashing in. Of course, he's not going to do it right now. He doesn't want, the Shield buddies, his brothers interfering again, so that's cool. Basically, they're trying to set the match for Hell in a Cell. Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre come out. Baron Corbin comes out, and he lets everyone know that he is the general manager of Raw. I think it's cool as shit, man. A lot of people don't like Baron Corbin. Since he's been the Constable Baron Corbin, I think he's gotten way better on the mic. I think he has, he has more of a place in the storyline of Raw, because he was super lost in the shuffle. He was bad on the mic. People would call him, Boring Corbin. When Baron Corbin comes out, he introduces himself as a general manager. He does a few things. One, he makes the main event of Raw, the show, to be Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman against Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. The second thing he does is he makes the match official at Hell in a Cell with Braun Strowman against Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. The third thing he does, he makes a match with himself and Finn Balor, and that match starts right then, and that is the first match of the night. Baron Corbin's doing great work already. In my opinion, the commentary and the match itself were pretty okay. It kind of picks up once Baron Corbin hits Finn Balor with a elbow, and it knocks Finn Balor out the ring. Corbin follows this up by pressing Finn Balor's head and his face into the guardrail with his knee. His face is getting smushed right in front of the faces of the fans. There's a part when they're back in the ring and Baron Corbin bends forward. Finn Balor kicks him in the shoulder. Baron Corbin pretty much no-sells it and then just punches Finn Balor right in the face. He follows it up. There's another part where Baron Corbin is in the ring and Finn Balor is on the apron, and when Finn Balor tries to jump in the ring, Baron Corbin catches him and punches him hard as shit in the face again. A little bit after that, the fans start chanting, "You can't wrestle," to Baron Corbin. Damn your feelings. That must really suck when the crowd's just "You suck," but they really, really mean it. You suck ass. Once they get back into the ring, Finn Balor has a spot, kind of a trademark, where he'll just double leg take down someone and do the jumping double foot stomp into the stomach. I love that move. And a little bit after that, we see a really, really good deep six slam from Baron Corbin to Finn Balor. The move has always been dope, but the way he's executing it now, it's he has a lot more momentum, and it looks like it would actually hurt. He picks them up and spins them around a whole bunch in a little bit of time and then slams them on their back. Damn! The match ends when Baron Corbin gets a chair from the outside, and he brings the chair inside. He hits Finn Balor, getting himself DQ'd. He gets a whole bunch of heat from the crowd. He gets a microphone and he explains "Oh, I didn't let you guys know. I forgot. I've been so busy. This is a no DQ match." He gets a bunch of heat. The crowd boos the shit out of him again. Goes back in the ring, picks up the chair, hits Finn Balor again once, pins him, and wins the match. I mean, that's good stuff, man. That is good stuff. After that match, we have a backstage promo with Dean Ambrose along with Jinder Mahal and one of the Singh brothers. And I really like Dean Ambrose. The way his demeanor is since he's been back in WWE is really rugged, and he almost seems unapproachable. You don't even want to talk to the guy. Jinder Mahal tries to do his chill, relax, I forget what he says thing that he's been doing, and he tells Dean Ambrose to close his eyes and tell him what he sees. And Dean Ambrose is basically he's "I see me kicking your ass." The next part of Raw that happens is Seth Rollins in the ring cutting a promo, and he's talking about being a defending champion. He wants to defend his Intercontinental Champion. This is interesting because remember, when he was a defending champion, that's how he lost the belt to Dolph Ziggler. So he's saying he wants to be a defending champion, and even the commentators talk about it. So once we're waiting to see who comes out, we hear Kevin Owens' music drop. Huge, humongous, epic, huge pop because they're in Canada, which is where Kevin Owens is from. Kevin Owens cuts a kind of long promo. He starts complaining a lot about why he's not the Universal Champion. Like, he breaks it down like step by step why he's not the champ. It's pretty funny. Oh, Kevin Owens, when he's cutting his promo, he disses Toronto, Canada, and gets a bunch of boos all throughout the arena. He's from Quebec, so him dissing another place in Canada is kind of funny. Alright, so the match starts, and we have the Seth Rollins against Kevin Owens Intercontinental Championship match on Raw. I like how they're doing this, man. It really does bring more prestige to the title. As this being a title match, I think it's actually slow for a good portion of the beginning of the match, at least the first few minutes. It picks up a little bit when Kevin Owens hits Seth Rollins with a DDT in the ring. He like spikes him like BAM! He should be dead, but he's not. So we can keep it going. Kevin Owens eventually goes out the ring, and there's a part where Seth Rollins hits Kevin Owens with 2 suicide dives in a row. Tries to do a third one, but then gets stopped. Like, Kevin Owens stops him for a quick second, but then Seth Rollins still does the third suicide dive. So he does 3 high-risk moves in a row. Kevin Owens, come on, man, get it together. There's a spot when Seth Rollins is on the ground, kind of in the caddy corner, like he's on the ground where the turnbuckle is, and Kevin Owens does his trademark where he runs, jumps over them, jumps from the middle rope almost like a Vader bomb, and turns his body into an elbow drop. That looks like that sucks if you get hit with that for sure. Seth Rollins does a frog splash off the top rope, which looks amazing. They replay it and show it like at least 3 times. It got a huge pop from the crowd. I also think that's cool because Kevin Owens does a really good frog splash. Eventually Kevin Owens puts Seth Rollins in a crippler crossface, and the crowd pops. Eventually Seth Rollins kind of squirms his way, almost getting to the rope to where the hold would have to get broken, but he like modifies the crossface and has it to where he's like still choking Seth Rollins, but has his arms kind of like trapped in front of him at the same time. Really cool, never seen it before. Yeah, so when Kevin Owens gets super kicked, he completely no-sells it and then stuns Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is able to pull off his trademark buckle bomb, which is impressive because throwing Kevin Owens is a big dude, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty cool. Kev pretty much messes up when he has Seth Rollins on the ground and he is standing on the second rope, and Kevin tries to do like a jumping 180 spin into a backwards flip, like moonsault. He misses the move, and then pretty much right after that, he gets the curb stomp, which Michael Cole just calls it, he hit him with a stomp. So the move is called a stomp. Overall, it was a pretty good match. It started off slow, it ended really good. Good match, and Raw is really good so far in my opinion. After that match, we have a promo backstage. We see Baron Corbin for the first time since the beginning of the show. He's on his phone, just like Kurt Angle always is. But it's different because Baron Corbin, as the GM, he's doing good work. So it's not the same thing, even though it completely is. He is on his phone, and Braun Strowman comes in, and they kind of just like look at each other. Braun Strowman gives Baron Corbin the briefcase, like completely cementing, making this match official at Hell in a Cell. And it's pretty cool. And if you think about it, it's also kind of funny because Baron Corbin had the Money in the Bank briefcase, and Baron Corbin is actually one of the only wrestlers who failed to cash it in. After the Kevin Owens Seth Rollins match, Kevin Owens was sitting in the middle of the ring on a chair for a few minutes. As the commentator said, all Kevin Owens does is says, "I quit." That's all he does. And he doesn't like completely leave like through the normal way. He kind of like cuts around like where the crowd is and goes out another way. So Baron Corbin is, like I said, backstage on the phone, I believe with Stephanie McMahon, talking about how Kevin Owens quit, how he's quitting, which probably is not going to stick at all. Bobby Lashley comes up. Baron Corbin tells Bobby Lashley that he has a match. And Bobby Lashley's like, okay, cool, whatever. And then before he leaves, he kind of like pats Baron Corbin a few times on the shoulder and kind of stares him down a little bit before he leaves. It's kind of like, oh, what are they doing there? After that, we are at the main event of Raw. The main event is a tag team match with Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns against Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. Now, when the match officially starts, all 4 wrestlers are in the ring, and Roman Reigns kind of looks at Braun Strowman, kind of taps him like, yo, let me start, I got this. And Braun Strowman agrees. As soon as the match starts, Dolph Ziggler kicks Roman Reigns in the stomach and then gets kind of cocky. Roman Reigns does his trademark open hand slap strike palm punch that he does. I like it a lot. He does the same thing to Drew McIntyre, who is on the apron. When Dolph Ziggler is outside of the ring, kind of hunched over on the apron, Roman Reigns gets out and does his running like drive-by kick. The crowd starts chanting, "We want Strowman." I think it's pretty cool. I mean, we all want Braun Strowman. While on the outside after doing his drive-by, Drew McIntyre does a cheap shot and boots Roman Reigns right in the face. Once Roman Reigns is back in the ring, Dolph Ziggler does his trademark like jumping, stalling, screaming DDT that he does. It's a trademark of his. I don't know what it's officially called. There's a spot where Roman Reigns is getting beat up a lot because Dolph and Drew keep making frequent tags, so Roman Reigns takes a lot of punishment. There's a part where it teases that Roman Reigns is going to make the tag, and Dolph tries to rush him and gets back body dropped outside of the ring and takes a nasty spill. Like, if you're Dolph Ziggler right then and there, that sucks. Oh, right after that, Dolph Ziggler gets back in the ring and gets a boot right in the face by Roman Reigns. Right after that, actually, there's a part where Dolph jumps at Roman Reigns again and gets Superman punched, like, right out of the air. And that's a really cool spot. Eventually, Roman Reigns makes the tag, and Braun Strowman just stays on the apron. Like, he just stays there and doesn't do anything, and the crowd's like, they're not really booing, but they're not really cheering. Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler just start stomping the hell out of Roman Reigns when they realize Braun's not really doing anything. They keep stomping him until the ref just throws the match out. He just stops the match. And Braun Strowman comes into the ring and lets Dolph and Drew McIntyre beat up Roman Reigns some more. And eventually, Braun Strowman gets involved and starts beating up Roman Reigns. He like deadlift picks him up off the ground with one arm and just throws him into the turnbuckle. And they start beating up Roman Reigns. Eventually, Dean Ambrose comes out. When he runs into the ring, he gets triple teamed and gets the shit beat out of him instantly. Then Seth Rollins comes out, who is injured. If you saw the match, he has a shoulder injury or his arm is like hurting. He gets the crap beat out of him too. Braun Strowman power slams all 3 members of the Shield. Drew and Dolph just beat them all up. And the crowd's kind of cheering, kind of booing. But the crowd starts to really boo once Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre all lift their hands up together like they're a unit, like an alliance. That's when you hear all the heat, all the boos from the crowd. And that's pretty much how the show ends. They end it just like that. But yeah, that's the whole show. I wanted to mainly go over the Baron Corbin, Constable Baron Corbin being the general manager. It came out of nowhere. I thought it was really, really cool. I think the show was really good. Also, be on the lookout. I have a This Is Awesome Volume 3 coming out, which is the 205 Cruiserweight edition. Be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I went over Raw. I didn't go over all of it. I wanted to mainly focus on the parts with Baron Corbin and also some of the parts that I thought were important. But yeah, that's it, man. Please like the video. Please comment below what you think about the video, the matches, Baron Corbin being the general manager. And definitely subscribe to the channel and be on the lookout for more content. I upload stuff all the time. All my information will be in the description below. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in a little bit.